You're welcome. There were many gifts in it for me too, Chi.
Mm.
So, on the heels of that, I got sent a poem yesterday, which I'd like to share. Let me just find it quickly. And the poem is about death. And it's very applicable to grief. But I connected it because we experience many moments of grief as we go through life, right? Sorry, guys. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's a little bit long, but let me see if I can read it quickly.
Take your time.
Okay, so this is For the Living. That's the title of the poem.
Mm-hmm.
It is the work of the living to grieve the dead. It is our work to wake each day, to live into the world that is. It is our work to weep, and it is our work to be healed. Some part of us knows not only the absence of our beloveds, but also their presence, how they continue to teach us, how they invite us to grow. It is our work to be softened by loss, to be undone, even destroyed, and then remade. Wounded, we recoil, and it is our work to notice how, like crushed and trampled grass, we eventually spring back. It is our work to meet death again and again and again, and through it ache to be open. It is our work to be opened, to live into the opening until we know ourselves as blossoms, nourished from within by the radiance of the ones who we are no longer physically with. They have given us their love, light to carry. It is our work to be in service to that light.
That is so beautiful.
Isn't
Thank
it,
you.
Chi?
Wow.
Yeah, I love the perspective that it offers for the living.
Mm.
While you were reading it, I was thinking of a cousin who was in a deep wave of grief. and you can get like emotionally stuck there when you don't know it's okay to take a way out of being grieved.
Yeah.
Sometimes people hold grief. It's not really by guilt, but it's they still get caught in that deep groove that acts like it is guilt
Mm.
to pursue living beyond the death of
Yeah.
the loss.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that I would agree that happens pretty often, actually. What I loved about the poem, also, what I noticed, was how much of what we work with out there in here, you know, how much of that is present in the poem. And also the I'll say assumption, but it's also an on the author's part, it's a conviction, you know, that our light grows from in here. You know, that thing about until we know ourselves as blossoms nourished from within
Mm-hmm.
by the radiance of the ones who are no longer physically here. So it's that it's that play between what somebody else has given us and what we have internalized and been able to experience of them, but it's inside of us.
Mm-hmm. It is. And the grief really takes you, for example, it's not the only thing, but grief really, really takes you inside.
Mm, mm,
I think grief does it, guilt does it, but so does love, the opposite.
mm,
But I think we get more aware of our depth of the inside. Unfortunately, through pain, pain shows us new depths,
mm,
dimension.
mm. And that's, you know, that for me, that's also a lot of what we talked about yesterday.
Hmm. But the power is when someone teaches you and when you get to practice
Mm,
with the simple question of what is the opposite of that pain and
mm,
still
mm.
know that depth as a gain and not pain.
Yeah, the pain is a gateway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for that poem.
So welcome.
It gives us an opportunity to have a gentle exploration into the in there and name it for the gift that it is. It's growth, it's expansion.
Mm,
It reminds me of a conversation that I had and I spoke to someone I don't speak to very often, but I love the conversations. And he's 18 years clean.
Mm.
He said, but he was like so passionate to say, I'm changing my story.
Mm.
Because if I don't tell my story, nobody will know it. And the story that everybody knows is that I was a drug addict and an alcoholic. Everybody knows that story, and everybody holds me in that story. But I've done some great things. I've owned several properties. I've been married twice. I've raised other people's kids. And I was like, yeah, yeah, tell your story, tell it. He went naming some of his accomplishments. I was like, who said all you were
Mm.
was a drug addict? He said, that's all they know me as. I said, because that's the story you keep telling them.
Mm.
He said, that's the one they hold on to. I said, you know, at any point you can throw that narrative away. It doesn't mean that you haven't had those experiences.
Mm.
Those are the ones that were on expose.
Mm.
So, like in a news article, you know, write a new headline and live from there. Big bold letters. Write a new headline and live from there. Because your story didn't start when you took your first drink.
Mm.
Before you were formed in your mother's belly, I knew thee. Tell that story.
Mm.
And it takes practice because we hold on to stories so long and we hold on to the hurt and the pain.
Mm.
So let's go opposite. Let's exercise and practice and know we have the right and the joy and the experiences and the responsibility to live in love and spread that. The news channel of love. How about that?
And the purpose of pain.
Is breakthrough,
Mm-hmm.
freedom,
Mm. Life.
yes, the right to life. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. They had that part right in the Declaration of Independence.
Mm.
Mhm. So I was playing an awareness game yesterday and just checking my inner thoughts, my subconscious thoughts. What am I running on? And it's a game of observation. And I was catching the saboteurs, like to say, "Oh, you're wasting time." Oh, nope, that's a saboteur judgment. Um,
Mm.
it's taking you too long to get this done. Nope, that's a saboteur. You know, subconscious thought. Um, your body's tired, but you're working 2 times harder to focus. Um, why don't you take a nap? And it's like that was a saboteur, and it was like you can take a 30-minute nap and wake up refreshed. Um, just noticing like the interpretations that I have to like overcome like all the time because I'm not otherwise being aware of them. Um, and it's just a matter of doing the opposite, picking a new thought intentionally, not questioning it, not judging it, not playing with it. I've been reading Proverbs, and this is, don't argue with a fool. So why would I spend time arguing with a thought or a judgment that's a fool within me?
I love that. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. So it's little things of evolution that's fun. So I played that game yesterday. And any emotion you can just, choose another thought, one that serves. And the benefit of that is strengthening neurons that think better thoughts versus supporting, maintaining, and strengthening subconscious thoughts that don't serve me. We'll just let them starve.
Yeah, so you were building a new neural network.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's very powerful, Sindral.
Heinz, what are you thinking today? Where are you?
Mm, I'm a little all over the place.
Where's there?
Mm, wondering about how children can become really, really nasty beasts. Some of them,
Hmm. I'm
and
s- I'm sorry, I
I
didn't
feel
understand your word. How children can what?
become really, really nasty beasts.
Oh,
I feel that the our education with one red butt was something that the world had missed. I don't think you should hit children, but I do think that an educational ass whooping sometimes is good for them. Some of them are. It's one I've experienced myself this Christmas, and she's really 13 years old and pushing all boundaries I thought I ever knew.
There is a case with of it's psychopathic tendencies, you know. Is
Yeah.
totally lack of empathy, and in this case, yeah, with any psychopath, they're dangerous for the environment.
Mm.
I've been talking with T about it, but it's not something I want to talk about on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Just wondering if the education has gone out of it. My grandpa was a very, very fair man, a good man, and everything, but he had his boundaries, and children knew them and respected them. I feel respect have gone out because children can just say, "I'm gonna report you to the government or anything," and parents have to back off.
Mm.
It's sort of like everything's gone out. Of course, I don't support hitting a child in the head because the head is a vulnerable place with the neck and everything, but your butt. I remember the first time I got one of those, and I can't remember why I got it. But anytime I'm about to do something stupid, even now, my left butt cheek is gonna start, zzz, and I'm not gonna do it. It's sort of like a warning signal that tells me, hey, remember back then? It wasn't a smart thing to do something that goes this way.
So you've got an anchor in your left butt cheek.
Yeah, I got one that tells me, hey, this is stupid, this is dangerous, don't do it.
I'm thinking that with children, when we didn't have all of this overexposure of existence with the internet and phones and videos, and it's just so much coming into children's brains before they have a chance to develop and be established.
Yeah.
Before the home was the main influence.
Mm.
Even though you went to school, the home was, the safety, the food, the care, the sleep, the rest. It was home. The main influence.
Yeah.
Head of household. The main influence. And you could tell the mood of your provider before the way they put the key in the door.
Well, my father had a store right next door, but you could tell by the way he was walking and his cough if it was a little faster than usual, because he normally walks fast always, but you could tell, oh my God, there's a between the steps. Oh no, he's in a bad mood. But my father wasn't that way. He wasn't. I think I only got one or two of those in my lifetime. So. And it was not because I was provoking or anything. No, I think it was because I made it scared him what I was doing. So I call it an educational butt whooping.
And now the artificials have taken over. You know,
Yeah. Look at all the stimulation kids get now. I see kids in strollers just learning to hold the bottle, holding an iPad and know how to work it.
Yeah.
Mm.
And God have mercy on the parents if they try to take it away. Because the child won't have.
They won't have it.
I heard about someone who wanted to be a teacher in Denmark. And preschool, she tried taking away a phone from a child and he threatened her with a knife. A 6-year-old kid threatening a teacher with a knife. For a phone. Oh my. And she didn't want to be a teacher anymore. She said, well, she could do so much better things with her life than lose it to someone who wanted their phone back.
So
I have an early morning today. I'll listen to the rest online. Have a wonderful day.
You too, Sindrell.
Great day, Sindrell.
You too, Sindrell.
So we started Hai Chi
Morning,
by
Jesse.
Sindrell. After our silence, we had 3 words of stillness, confluence, and processing. And we synthesize these into the flow of stillness. Because stillness is not static. It is a dynamic place that's a living space where thoughts, emotions, and energies converge. No stillness. It is the quiet center that anchors us within life's noise.
In the midst of life's noise.
In the midst of life's noise. Thank you.
I have become very noisy.
It's like the entertaining us is very noisy. Our stimulations required are very noisy. And what we miss out on is this fundamental state of calm awareness where we can pause and create space to notice what arises from within us. The flow of stillness. Stillness is from within. We'll never be able to still everything out there, but we can from within. And then we, Heinz, you gave us confluence. That was your word this morning. Representing the merging. The merging. So we're bringing together the stillness, the flowing stillness, merging, and it could be other things. So various streams of thoughts, feelings, and shared experiences into a collective flow. That's what we do here.
Yeah.
We join together, reflecting, creating deeper connections and different perspectives. And Allison is processing, which is engaging with what emerges from the stillness and the merging, the convergence, the confluence. It involves allowing, exploring, and transforming what we observe, whether it's an insight, breakthrough, a pattern, or a feeling. Now, this becomes the still point integration. This is the essence of how stillness, confluence, and processing come together.
Yeah.
This still point represents the moment of harmony, presence, where everything aligns, while integration reflects the active processing of the insights, emotions, and connections for meaningful growth. The flow of stillness.
Like that.
Well said.
Thanks, G. Well, we put it together. Any word you'd like to add, G?
That would be trust. Trusting the process.
I'll say trusting that what is can lead us to what could be.
Even better. Yeah, like yesterday's call, I start with my frustration, but by going through the process with you guys, it gave me many more perspectives, and then helped me to choose more, in a way that helped me.
We're creating
And
space.
yeah, I found the peace within, and then I could think clearly again. And today I can take some actions, and then find a solution rather than look at the problem.
Nice.
So that was very helpful. Yeah, thank you.
And I want to add something, Chi. Remember to celebrate your willingness to change the frustration. So you
Yes.
had an awareness that there was something better that would serve you better. And you trusted that collaboration
Yes.
could bring something.
Yeah.
So valuable, that.
Yeah. Celebration. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry, I don't know if you can hear the noise in the background.
No, you're
Okay.
good.
My son is playing video games, and
Your headphones serve you very well.
I don't have a headphone on the speaker. That's why I thought maybe his voice will interfere or can interfere.
No.
When we practice so many hours together, there's a level of trust in here that I keep come back to. Yeah.
This is what most of the world need.
Mm.
People to be open and trusting with. That's how they get to trust themselves.
Yeah, that's not trusting out there, but trusting in here, trusting themselves.
And a great way of knowing they're not alone about it.
Yeah. Trusting out there is a unresolvable trust. It doesn't create it. It's impossible to maintain it.
That's very true. And I would add that the internal trust is the true anchor. But the external trust gets assessed much more quickly and accurately if you've got your internal trust. Because to some extent you do need, well, certainly for me, I've experienced times where I've gone in trusting and not listened to my own assessment of what's going on, and unnecessarily spent time looping in a way. Because what was external wasn't serving me. Until I learned to say to myself, I can move away from this. I don't I need to listen to my internal trust rather than keeping on trying to collaborate with what is there. Because what's there wasn't working for me.
Mm.
So it's a capacity to assess, right?
Yeah.
Just for that period of time. Something might shift. And you might go back and you might find the experience is different.
So how trusting in here leads to the still point.
Mm.
Yes.
Trust, and even before trust, is just allowing.
Yes.
So allowing and trust calms resistance.
Yeah.
Tensions. And only without the resistance, stillness emerges.
Yes. That's a really good point.
Mm-hmm.
Trusting, and before trusting is just allowing. So this is the awareness. Allowing what is creates space.
Mm-hmm.
So one, the space is void of resistance. So often we are filling our space with resistance.
Yes.
Mm.
So the point is to let go of that resistance, which is by just acknowledging it, by aware of it.
Mm.
Mm.
So allowing creates space.
Mm.
And this is the natural flow of awareness which leads us inward. This is the inward space.
Mm.
And allowing trust fosters presence,
Mm.
which is the doorway to what is, to the doorway to what could be, because you're already in what is. You would be moving towards what could be by being fully present of that space that is void of resistance, which opens the doorway to the transformation of what could be.
Mm. Mm.
I like that. That was really good. Like I said to Heinz many times, you're so sharp, you know. How you summarize, how you it's it's a whole new level for me.
The power of speech.
Thank you for the word.
Gee, when I first met Jesse, I used to get these brain freezes. I have to tell him to slow down. I still do sometimes.
It's because when he speaks, he's very calm and collected.
Mm.
Grand Rising Joe.
Right, yo.
Yes, Grand Rising people.
Good morning, Joe.
Hello there. Good morning. Are you all right, you guys?
Yes, we're doing
Doing
good.
great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good.
Yeah.
How about you, Joe?
Yeah, I'm terrific.
Nice.
Fantastical. Magical. Very blessed indeed.
You got it, man. You're in the flow.
Yeah, man, feeling this full moon, man. Oof.
Mm-hmm.
Full moon energy.
And that's good. Be present with it.
Exactly.
So welcome to the space.
Thank you, Jesse.
The
Which is
space of presence.
mm,
Sorry, Jess.
good. That's a great ad. The flow of presence.
Mm.
Ooh.
Yeah, I want to pop in just for 10, 20 minutes just to tune in with you guys.
Good. That's excellent. Get your radio tuned for the day.
Thank you, yes.
And we can get some Lavolution from you.
Exactly, Heinz. I was just thinking that.
Yeah. No, I was thinking the other day, yesterday, like I'm buzzing, like I'm feeling really like probably the most focused I've been. Well, long term. I'm working on some really exciting, beautiful things, man. It's like we're literally like creating this reality now, and getting turnaround speed with manifestations like really quick. So it's like, yeah, we're doing this, like applying all this stuff, and it's working. It's working. It's amazing.
That's so good.
Yeah.
What would you say to someone who can't see it like that?
What they're creating the reality. I'd say you're always creating it anyway, but it's just how aware are you? And the more aware you are, the more you can consciously choose. But that's it. It's we're always told it, are we? Like you can be anything, you can do anything. But it's like, do we believe that? Like, do we truly like believe and know that? And the more we do, the more we can see how it's happening. Otherwise, it just looks like coincidence, maybe. But this is it. Like, this was explained to me a long time ago at a young age. Do you know that we're creating as reality? But it's one thing like knowing it, and then it's like really seeing it and seeing it more and feeling it more and getting it more. But when we live in this true nature, that's it. That's when we are like the super conscious creators, you know, like choosing and creating the life that we love. But it's like, I think it's easy to see how we create the good things, but then the things that might not look good, that's when people are like, well, I didn't create this. But then it goes into, you know, the feelings that we're transmitting, broadcasting, like the intentions, yeah, just, yeah, but choosing it, man. And it's like, yeah, it's just consistently being choosing it, feeling it. Like I've got my little script that I read every day. Like 1 year from now, I'll be living my truest nature and purpose. You know, like I'm saying it every day. I'm just feeling it, being it. Like, yeah, it's it's the way to go. Like, yeah, I love it. I love it, and we're just blessed to have the tools that we have as well, and the exercises and the processes, and the current level of understanding that we do. It's like when we choose in harmony and stuff in our life, that's when all of the dysfunctional parts of us come up. It's like, well, I thought I chose harmony. What's going down here? Do you know what I mean? But it's like, if you've got awareness and you know, like, all right, these are the parts of us coming up that want to be like resolved or like, you know, loved to go to that next phase. But yeah, I think the question was, what does it feel like to create your own reality, or what are people missing from not? And I think, yeah, they're just missing the effects of life rather than the cause. And and this could be parts of me as well, like victim mode over victor, you know, like being the predominant creator. And if we don't choose it and we don't know what we want, we just get what we don't want. And that's the reality, where we're just not even aware that we're creating it. It's just stuck in that loop. Whew. Yeah, man. Good question. I don't know, flipping. Well, this is it. Like, I was speaking to my mate, and he was saying that I'm not really saying anything. It's like, what do you? Because I think like we're on a different level, me and my mate. He's not really seeing it from this perspective. So to him, it just sounds like flipping gibbity group. You know, like. Then I'm thinking like, but like he's saying like, because he was asking me questions in regard to the business, and I wasn't giving him like straight answers. And like, but I want to. I don't want to beat around the bush. I want to be able to have like, boom, short, simple. You know, that's the answer. You know. Yeah. But I'm glad that I can explore with you guys.
So Joe, let's work this then. It'll be quick. I'm just going to pull the awareness out of it. Right? As you were going through this, right, you were matching the words that were coming through you.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what it takes. It's like when people ask us about the business, we have an idea, right? There's something, like, we know where we want to go. We just don't have the right structure of the words to deliver it.
Yeah. For them to get it, like, I'll see it how we do.
And people expect us to do that the very first time we open our mouth. There's no space to say, like, let me fill in everything and give me time to reveal the result, the answer.
Mm.
People don't give us the space for that.
Yeah,
Because they don't give themselves the space for it.
That's right, sis. Yeah.
So the more space we can give each other to it, and it's just information, it's just adding more, it reveals what you're thinking, yet we're so afraid to do it because people will judge us automatically.
Mm. Mm.
Just a short, direct answer. And it can't summon up everything you're doing with it.
Mm.
Might as well just say, it's going great.
Yeah. I was also thinking, I really liked what you said, Jesse. What I was also thinking was, to remind Joe that I don't know yet is also an answer.
Mm.
And that leaves space. The other person might receive that as, well, if he doesn't know, what the fuck is he doing? Excuse my language. But, things aren't set in stone. They are fluid. And especially when we are building a foundation and you're busy building your business.
Yeah. Yeah, I've learned to get like really confident in, or not confident, but like really like comfortable or more comfortable.
Good.
In the because it's a lot of the how, like how you do it, how you do it. But it's like the how's not my problem.
Okay, good. That's great.
The how will present itself in the perfect time.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, but
so, Joe, when you were talking, I'll share this. What I was thinking about was, it's like when you're a sculptor and you don't get to choose what material you get to sculpt something from. It gets given to you. The more you get to know that block of whatever it is that you've been given, the more you'll know how to reveal from it what you want to reveal. And for me, that is so much of what happens in life. We all come into life with a very unique sculpting block, you could say, so that we reflect a different aspect of life, because life, it only exists because of diversity. It's diverse and it's multidimensional. And we have the opportunity to get to work that. And we've got more power than anybody else to work it.
yeah.
And we often, Jesse speaks about this often, how we look for evidence, right? And as I've gone along in life, I've realized more and more that the evidence that we look for in our social structures is not the evidence that really counts. The evidence that really counts is the energy that we bring to what we do and what we create.
Yes, yes. Mm.
You know, but there's a lot of pressure, and I'll use that word. There's a lot of pressure for us because we need shelter and we need food. And the more secure those are, the more we can create something that looks like value, but also feels valuable to us.
Yeah.
But in truth, you know, if you're homeless, how you are homeless counts just as much. God forbid, I mean, I'm not advocating it at all. Don't get me wrong about that.
I've just been hit with a question.
Shoot.
If who's on the world stage and everyone was receiving the message, what, and you had 1 minute to talk, which could obviously be infinite. Yeah, that's the question. I kind of seen that, and it's like, if we were to take this work to the people, or like what concept, like, or what would you like love to share?
Wouldn't be ready for it.
Pardon?
I feel most of the people wouldn't be ready for it. Like your friend said, you were talking gibberish.
So what do you think they're ready for then? What could they be ready? Or just like, but it's just like not even trying to let like limits come in now. Just what you'd love. Yeah, so we're not even thinking like they're gonna get it or whatever. Just like what would your heart love to share? Do you know? Just love to share, regardless. Do you think would have an impact and effectiveness in helping them realize that they're super conscious creators and they can create the reality? And if the answer don't come straight away, that's good. It could come later on. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing as well. Like we're not forcing the answer. It just comes. It comes. You know what I mean? But it will come.
But they should
What's
love
that laugh?
themselves.
What was that laugh about, Joe?
Because it's like that's the magical side. Like it's like
Oh,
You're doing it, you're creating the love illusion. So I tell
Yeah.
people to love themselves, and like Alison wrote, compassion and presence.
Yeah, this is it. Like, this is it now. Like, this is really obvious. Like, I wanted clarity, and it's like really obvious. Like, that's what like I came here to do. Like, you know what I mean? And so to have that focus. It's like, yeah, well, I'm here. I'm kind of like built to bring the revolution. Like, even with my gene keys, like my city state for one of my gene keys is universal love. You know.
Mm.
But then I feel like I got a lot of that from my mum. And the funny thing is, like, her birthday is 6 months prior, but that also gives us the same universal love gene key. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
Mm.
because it's the
So it's
opposite.
fucking crazy. But it's yeah, and it's like just yeah, like my family, my parents, like, and then just whom around, whom with now. It's like unconsciously that's it.
Mm.
I've been doing Lovolution. But like the more conscious you get of it, the quicker and more intense and like faster things move. But it's like really clearly obvious now, like because the creators that I'm working with is flipping next level. Because like we're working with like people in personal development, in manifesting a mindset. Like that's like the niche. That's the niche of the people I'm working with. And approaching to like and oh yeah, but it's like. But even Emily, who I'm working with, like I've been exposing her to other information and other knowledge that she's not come across, and like I'm just really buzzing because she's like took it on board and she's coachable and she's flexible and she sees the power and she sees, and it's like, but that's it. Like I'm getting behind creators that are delivering this.
Mm.
That's the same with this group, you know. And but like it's gonna be like Mind Valley, but like Lovolution, and we're just gonna be like publishing and like have a massive panel of just next level people that are here to like assist in in creating the lives we love, you know. So, but but like the team I've got around me, the people I've got around me, um, yeah, it's just mad, and I've just been drilling it in as well, like consistently, just like listening to training, listening to audios, like, but just applying it, and like, and that's like the energy's just intensified anyway, just in the world in itself. So it's like everything just feels more amplified anyway. But I'm feeling right, really good overall, and that's like a good sign. Um, but yeah, I'm loving the clarity. I mean, I've always known like Love Lution. I put it out there so much, but it's yeah, like ways to bring that and do that more. Well, I just be aligning with it and just know that's the main focus, man, and to be like, yeah. So it's crazy times, man. 2025, this big year now. I'm telling you, this just feels ridiculous. Yeah, things is flowing nice, and I'm just want to say thanks to all you guys, man, for being here, for like being that anchor for me, and for being like a calm, chill, like beautiful, loving space where I can just like be me, and but then also connect to the energy and to the divinity which overflows from this space, you know.
Mm.
So yeah, thank you guys. I'm blessed to be in all of your lives.
Thank you, Joe.
We're blessed to have you too, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really grateful. It's because I like the thing is as well. I've seen recently, like I did this like human design like chart thing, and it tells you about like how you work and stuff. and like how you best perform when you're working. And like there was all these options of like by yourself, in a community, in a partnership, and another one. And like my lowest is by myself. I'm performing, I'm not, and then like 4 times stronger than that is just in a community. Yeah. Which is it, right? And then like, but my most powerful is like one-on-one partnerships. And that's like, it's like tenfold of me working by myself. So like, and that's it, like, because when I'm by myself and that, I'm like, when I'm just doing my training, like I do get, you know, it's easy to get like, it's easy to get like lonely, you know. And there was a time a month or so ago where I was really feeling it. I'm not feeling it now. So like, but like being able to come here and be with you guys. But like, it was only when I noticed, because like I just get into that pattern of just, but like I've noticed when I'm in different environments, you know, like just things. But when I seen it on that graph, I was like, yeah. So yeah, just to be with you guys and to like charge up with you guys and tune into that energy, and that's it. It's like you say, it's like the energy we're putting into that moment. Like, what are we infusing, like consciously, like, and this is the reminder, you know. And like just by being in that energy, it's just automatically infusing into his day and his life. So it's just, yeah, it's a powerful place, powerful space to be. So thank you.
I would agree. It is a very powerful space to come to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's helping, revealing, showing people self-awareness.
Yeah.
Awareness of self. And in the awareness is what's the resistance? How to move through it by creating space. So ultimately, it's in the presence of what is into what could be. That's me, right? That's what I enjoy.
Yeah. It's creation unfolding.
And for me, the thing, it's almost like a craving that I have is for that stillness.
Yeah.
And what I've noticed since we started doing the group is that I can more often during the day, I can just recall that experience of the stillness inside of myself. And that's hugely beneficial to me.
Yes. But it's just amplified in here though. Like this is why secret societies, they meet up and they do the meetings, because the heads together are like way more powerful. Like 2 horses are as strong as 3. So it's like we're getting clear, but this is a time to like be choosing and be creating and stepping into that stillness, but then doing it like, and it doesn't matter. We're in separate parts of the world. We're all connected. So it's like it's just amplifies and amplifies, but he's way stronger. Like, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And to do it every day as well, like that's big. Like that's next level every day.
Yep. So the issue is, the rest of the world isn't doing it, right? And that's the resistance. It's like, oh, I can't do it until everyone else approves of it. That's people's fear. That's their internal fear.
Mm.
But I think there's plenty of people ready and looking for such
I do
situation.
too, Joe.
Mm.
I do too. And the thing about it is that everyone needs to find it.
Because it's like if the mission is, yeah, like imagine if, yeah, it's like if we've come here to wake up and remember who we truly are, and if we don't, then we just keep getting recycled forevermore, right? But like this is an opportunity to like remember who we are. But like that's it. It's like waking up in this life and aligning with your truest nature. That takes you out of the loop. So like this is actually quite a big thing. Do you know what I mean? This is like, do you know what I mean? Like this is like joint sauce. Do you know what I mean? But you can't really say that, can you? You can't go around claiming that. Like, do you know what I mean? That's proper like it's like proper heaven and hell tactics. Like, well, if you don't do it now, man, go there forever. But it's like I don't know, with everything like that we've the tools that we've got, the resources, like the knowledge, the wisdom. It's like because obviously like it's a spiritual war, do you know, like but it's we're with love, do you know, we align with unity. Um but it's like all of the wars and all that, like that's to like bring the vibration down. But it's like it's happening anyway. It's like the waving consciousness. It's you know, but obviously the fear disconnects us from that feeling, and that so that's why. But that's why connecting to the silence and the simple things and just like getting clear on, do you know what you want and what you're choosing, like becoming the predominant creative force, like stepping into his power. Um, yeah, I think that's it. Like. There's enough people doing it, wanting to do that, you know, and that's who we're talking to, you know. And then it's like that guy that dances on the hill by himself, and then someone else comes, and then someone else comes, and before you know it, everyone's dancing, you know.
Yeah.
But we've been dancing now for a while, and but like with what I'm building and like the distribution network and stuff with the Lovolution, like we're in a place and a position where where do you know what I mean, I've got audiences that are like literally built for this, do you know? So it's just inviting people in, you know, and yeah, but then also like just or maybe just giving them the tools and giving them for them to like make it up themselves, do you know, but like with maybe guidelines, you know, so it's like their own creation, do you know, so it's like and everyone's just, do you know, because obviously yeah, people can do this.
That's always the best when it's theirs, right?
Exactly.
Because then there's more authenticity, and with that there's more stability.
That's
And
it.
with,
And we're all, yeah,
sorry, Joe, go.
that's it. We're all unique. We're all, or so that's it. So imagine like groups like this, do you know,
Mm-hmm.
in person or online. And, do you know, it's going on anyway, innit? And yeah, yeah, it's just, yeah, it's a very exciting times, man. Very exciting times. And I'm blessed to be here. And yeah, I'm looking at things that it's exciting how situations and things are just, like happening and happening like really quickly. And yeah, it's like you can only build as high up as your foundations is deep. And I feel like I've built some good foundations, some solid foundations.
That makes me very happy to hear.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, guys, I need to go. Thank you so much again for this morning. Have a great, great day.
Have a
Thank
blessed
you.
day, Alison.
Yeah,
All right.
thank you.
Love and hugs.
Yes. I do think that but like the creative structure is a big, powerful, like beautiful, amazing concept to be like bringing to people.
I agree. It is a game changer. It's it's shifting how we think the world is to what it could be.
Yeah, exactly.
Shifting our focus, our attention from what's like everything out there that is so uncontrollable to, oh, in here is all that matters. Like from in here to out there. That is the creative structure. What is it in here that I want to create out there?
Yeah.
That's what this talk is. You created a space where people can grow in there.
And we've
That's all
learned
people
what
need.
is required. What is required?
Oh,
It's like people have to use their own words. There has to be space for judge-free zone. There's a judge-free zone.
yeah.
It's a safe place to practice, to explore, to get curious.
Mm.
And so often, like my biggest dislike or distaste is in a personal development program, we could call it a coach, is like we grant the authority to the coach, and the coach doesn't give any space for the participants.
No.
And there's a hierarchical structure that exists between the two, that the audience, right, sits there and says, oh, show me it all. And so they don't engage fully.
Mm.
They surrendered the power to the coach, as if I'm around the coach, I'm going to take in everything I need. Fine. Not everyone's like that, but 99% of what I've been a part of is. And I was there too. That's why I can speak to it. It's like a symphony. We speak of a symphony here. The symphony, we have a conductor, we have the players of the instruments, which is our bodies, and we have the audience, or those who are listening. Now we can be in all three of those roles, but just not at the same time. But from moment to moment, we can switch in and out. That's the space that the intention behind it is that anyone can step in and be a conductor. Anyone can step in and play their instrument so that they can become the conductor.
Mm.
And anyone can be in the audience so that they may choose to come in and practice.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
I don't see that with other coaching programs. Now, I'm sure they're out there. I'm sure they're out there. And to connect with those would be amazing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because what we do is that we tend to fall into the trap, and it's obvious. We do it to celebrities, we do it to famous people, we do it to like all the people that are influential, right? That have the big followings. We're granting them all of our power as if, and what that is it takes it away from us, from our own. And that's the biggest disservice we can do to our passion, our peace, our power, our purpose.
Mm.
Mm.
Because we're not listening to what's in here for us. And that is what's causing all of the disorganization, the pain, the frustration, the diseases. That's what's causing all the diseases, because our purposes and passions are on the inside yelling at us, la 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 la, yet our mind is blocking it out.
Mm.
Mm.
And to me, that is extremely sad. And many of the coaches that begin to like quote coach a bunch of people, right, grow their groups, um, begin to feel entitled like a king or
Mm.
queen. And they become okay that only 10% of their followers really make any progress. And it's okay if they fall off because we'll just have another sucker come in.
Mm.
That's not sustainable.
No.
But it is what everyone does.
Mm.
And I mean everyone means the majority.
It's the normal,
Thank you, the normal.
because when it comes down to it, it is a business for
Mm-hmm.
most people.
Yep. And the business has expectations. The business,
Yeah.
even itself, the business has limitations. Even the businesses itself has to structure certain ways, which doesn't necessarily facilitate other people's passions, purposes, and peace.
Mm.
In people that were driven, like myself, focused, like everything had to be for money, was in misalignment with my purpose. Might see my
Mm.
purpose, my art. I don't think people's purpose gives a shit about the money.
Nope.
Doesn't give a shit about the currency. What they care about is serving and helping and fulfilling life. That's all that our purposes and passions care for.
Mm.
And there's a way to do it, that creates wealth in the world's sense of it. I haven't figured it out. But first I had to let go of what I thought it had to be.
Mm.
And the platforms are there. The platforms are there. Like you said, Joe, right? The space is there. And you're becoming an expert in that domain. An expert in the domain of following your purpose and passion, like listening to it and ignoring what the rest of the world may say.
Mm.
Mm.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, man.
Well, enjoyed our conversation today, our stillness point, the flow of stillness, trusting creation, awareness, structures, and being comfortable with silence or stillness. I don't know, and ourselves.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jess.
Yeah. Thank you,
Hi,
Jesse.
guys.
Thanks, G. Joe. Have a great day, fellas.
You all have a blessed day. Jesse, T, Joe. Love and
Peace.
hugs to you
You have a
all.
great, have a
Love
wonderful
you.
day. Thank
Yeah.
you all.
Au revoir.
Bye-bye.
Bye
Au
bye.
revoir.
Au revoir.